Well, here we go. We're starting the day off with unloading some wheat. Today is the last day of cutting wheat. I haven't got much left. And we're putting this in directly into the bin here. The moisture was somewhere around 13% or so, so I might as well go right in this bin. Today is Sunday, August 3rd, and we might as well throw it in here rather than we end up hooking up our fan. I gotta plug that in there. We are getting fuel in the combine. We've got some trucks headed up here to the field, and we should be able to start in another hour and a half or so. We did these, there's 3 strips in here. Did these here last night, and then we've got to move just about a mile away here, not even that far, to finish the rest of it. So this will be the last time we have to fill up with fuel. We're doing wheat 2025 here. I've got a small bin, load of grain on here. I left that on overnight. There was no threat of rain whatsoever, but having that tarp on there is a good insurance policy. Oh, fuel's full. Good insurance policy to make sure nothing gets wet that is in the grain tank. I know some viewers are like, why in the hell would you have that on there? And my thought is every combine should have one, but that's just my opinion. So we'll wait for the header cart to get here, and we'll go ahead and get the head out of here and the combine. Alright, we are now getting after it. We started about 3:30, making our 3rd time around. And we're at like just under 13% moisture. And things are rolling right along here. I tried cutting some around noontime, and we moved the combine from the upper field, which is just up there a ways. I cut from the end of this field up to where the trucks are parked. And at noontime it was like 15–16%. I said, well, I knew I had to wait, but yesterday I started at 4 o'clock, and it was in the upper, well, it was in 13 to 14%. Now I am 12 to 13. So we're gonna keep plugging away. We'll put the drone up a little later here, next next segment, maybe you'll see some drone footage. I've got this field here, then there's a strip on the other side of that corn there, and then the last field that we're going to do is over on the back road, about a mile from here. So we'll go ahead and just keep after it, and then when you see us next, we'll have the drone up in the air and we'll show you the last of the wheat getting cut for 2025. Here we are. This is the last of the wheat for 2025. Now the last clip here, we were well on the other side of, we're on the north side of Route 20 right now. We were on the south side of 20. It was actually yesterday. I did not get as far as what I thought here yesterday. I only did 4 times around here last night on this field, and here we are today finishing it. Today is Monday, August, I believe it's the 4th, maybe the 3rd. I'm pretty sure it's the 4th. It's the 4th. It's Monday, August 4th. And I've got one bin on this black Kenworth that is sitting in the field, and I've got another bin and a half yet to put on it. They are getting ready to bale straw in that field that I combined here yesterday afternoon. See a 4020 with a set of twin rakes hooked to it, or a set of rotary rakes hooked to it. Lucas, he just got done raking here on the other side of Route 20, and he ended up taking my green truck home. So you can see we got a lot of dust coming out of the combine, and that is because this wheat is dry. The only option we had was to combine this wheat dry. And I didn't start here this afternoon until about 3:30. It is now just after 6 p.m. And we'll be done here in about an hour to an hour and a half. It's kind of cutting it close, but I did not want to drive up here and start cutting and then have to stop, go do something else, and whatever like that. I ended up working on the chopper to get it ready for third cut. We just started cutting third cutting here today, and we're gonna chop here tomorrow morning. We've got some spots in this field that are a little wet. The sprayer has made a fair amount of tracks in here, and we of course have been dealing with that here a little bit like. So once I get to the end, we're going to run down and dump what we have onto this black Kenworth. so go ahead and get my auger swung out now. And then we'll get prepared to dump on the truck. We didn't use the grain buggy at all this year. We've got it out. I think I put maybe a bin load on it, and that is it. I probably better check it, make sure I haven't got it. Make sure it's empty. We used it on a farm north of our farm, and I think I put a bin load on it. There's my grain tank, full alarm. So we've got as much as we dare put on this old girl. I would not be able to go any too much farther than the distance that I've gone. So I've got to watch out with these sprayer tracks here. I got to tiptoe over them very lightly. Being that this combine has bin extensions on it, I can get about 8 tons of wheat on the combine, and it more or less overloads it. So we've got one of our friends here watching, sitting on the other side of the road. We'll go over and say hello to him once we get offloading on the truck. This gentleman stops by every so often and checks in on us from time to time. So let's fly over here, show you how much we've got on the truck, and then we'll go over and say hello to our spectator. So we have one bin load on there. We'll go ahead and get you guys down a little bit. Looks like, and we'll go over and we'll say hello to I can't remember what his name is. I think it's Lenny, not sure. So we'll fly over like this, say hello, get right up on him like this. He's gotta see us, right? Oh, yeah. He doesn't, I don't think he finds that amusing at all. So, we can do the old 3x zoom. He doesn't want to say hello. There he is, he says hello. Alright, we'll leave him alone. We'll go over here. I am just about empty here, I can see. I can see in the bin through my window. Boy, this is a nice bin. Spout camera here. That works a lot better than any other spout camera. So we need about a half a bin load. We'll go ahead and fire up here. Get the bin turned off, or the unload turned off. Got low speed warning buzzer cranking. Hold the auger back, get the camera focused in on us here, and we will cut near and closer to the road here. Get things locked in, and we can do a little zoom up to the combine here. Auto steer is engaged. So there we go. We got some curly cues on the ends. And when we get into the headland here. So let's go ahead and get up alongside the combine. I think I have bored everybody a little bit here. We have maybe videoed too much with the old wheat harvest. I have been a little over 2 weeks cutting wheat. We had 460 acres of wheat to do, and we had all excellent weather cutting wheat this year, but I don't know, it just seemed like because we were spread out a little too far, I think, it seemed like it took us a lot longer to do this year than any other year, but I could be wrong. I'd have to look up some of my dates here for, see if we can get down a little lower. It won't let me go any lower here, folks. Yeah, so we have been a lot longer cutting wheat, I think, than any other year. As far as breakdowns go, minuscule. We had an issue with a U-joint on that shaft coming up to that separator gearbox. That was a minor repair. We ended up replacing one of them shrouds that goes underneath the auger. That what the heck did that do? That went from the, what's that? Clean grain auger housing, wasn't it? So there's Sarah. She's on the phone. We'll answer her phone call. Hello? Yeah, are you hauling bales still? Okay, yeah, he could bring the truck over and take this load back. He'll have time to get here. Alright. It's gotta be the Farm Auto. Alright. We'll see ya. Yeah, bye. Alright, so that was Sarah. Her boyfriend John is going to bring a truck over and switch it with the black one that I've got loaded. Now this drone won't go down any farther. And I'm going up a little bit of a hill here. This drone, I've had it for almost a year. The prior drone I had to this one was the Air 2. Now I got another phone call. Yes, go ahead. There'll be a grain truck here to take home. Okay. All sorts of interruptions here. So, yeah, the drone I had prior to this one was the DJI Mavic Air 2. I loved that drone, and I ended up dropping it on the floor in the office one day when I went out to film the barn project. I think it was about a year ago. And I contemplated on sending the drone off to get repaired, and I drug my feet. And then DJI announced that they were coming out with this Air 3S. I believe it was in like October of last year. And I said, you know what, I'll just buy a new drone. Prior to the Air 2, I had the Mavic Pro. I had a couple of those, and they worked really well, but they were like 7 and 8 years old. That's how old those were. The Air 2, that seemed to fly a lot faster out of the case that I had it in. In other words, I could power it up, turn the remote on, and bang, it was ready to go. The Mavic Pro, the first ones that they had out, it just seemed like those took forever to power up. It took forever for the controller to connect to the drone, and then by the time you had all that done, 15, a good couple minutes went by, and it was just such a pain in the ass. This one here, bang, right out of the case. I can put it up on top of the combine, or, well, I can get it ready to take off, and it's just ready to go, just like the Air 2. And this one here, they have increased the capacity of the battery. The Air 2, along with the Mavic Pro, doing this kind of filming, you'd get maybe almost 20 minutes of filming out of it. And this one will do about 35. They say 45 minutes, but when it gets right down to it, running the camera, flying the drone, and doing all that kind of stuff, running the camera takes quite a bit of battery power, and it won't quite get what they say it will get. But this is an exceptional drone. At some point in time, I'm hoping that I can get some actual bailing footage. The last drone video I did here, they were bailing down in behind our barn, but I was too far away from that field to get close enough with the actual drone. Now I was able to zoom in, and I can do that right here now. I am about 20 feet in front of the combine right now, and if I hit this 3x zoom, I mean, you can see me right in the combine. Hello, how you doing? But this will zoom in a lot better, and we'll get some zoomed in footage here. I've just got to be careful because I'm going to think I'm closer to the combine than what I am, and I'll fly the damn thing right into the woods that's in front of me here. So you can clearly see that it is really zoomed in well. I can of course pitch the angle of the camera. We've got a rabbit. Got a rabbit up ahead here, and for whatever reason this damn thing wanted to, I don't know where it went. It was right here somewhere. Yeah, thought I would chase it, but let's go ahead and fly up here. being that it's on 3x zoom, it must slow the response time down. Oh, there's that rabbit right there. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? He's here somewhere. He's here somewhere. He's right in the wheat there. Yikes! All right, we've got to quit screwing around here and show you guys some actual footage here. So, show you what things look like turning around on the end here. But thought I would chase that rabbit a little bit. That'd be kind of cool to see a hawk come down on that rabbit and grab it. Oh, there it is. It's right running across right in front of the head there, and it is, of course, into the woods. You see a rabbit about every stinking pass down through the field here. So we're just going to run the length of the field. I'm going to land the drone at the other end, and that'll be it for this video. I would like to be able to get some footage like this of chopping, but the chopping is a little more fast-paced, and it's harder for me to get the drone out and chop and load trucks and keep it on a windrow and everything else all at the same time. I've gotten some comments here, you know, when are you going to get a new combine already? I don't know. I don't really see a problem with what is wrong with this machine here. Doing a beautiful job. What I would actually like to find is another walker machine. They still make them. Now this is a 4-walker machine. The 60 series combine. I don't know if this was the last biggest walker machine they made in this series or not, but for example, the 9660, I don't know if they made that in a walker or not, but at any rate, the T670 is a walker machine, and that is a 6-walker. And you know, that would have probably 50% more capacity than what this one has. Now, the reason why we like the walker machine is because we do a fair amount of wheat compared to the amount of corn that we do, and we like the straw long, being that we have to handle the bales so many times, and being that the guys, when they're bedding box stalls and calf pens and whatever like that, they're handling the flakes quite a bit, and the straw through a rotary machine gets beat up so much that you basically have chopped straw from a rotary machine. And if it's going to rain, it's harder to pick up the straw out of a rotary machine. The farm that we sell our wheat to and store our wheat at, whatever like that, Mayberry Farms, they sell a considerable amount of straw, and they buy a lot of straw. They process their own. In other words, they bale from their combines, which they have rotary combines, and they have customers that like the processed straw, being if they're feeding it in a ration or possibly just running the straw through like a bale buster like type processor and putting it right into box stalls and what have you. There's a couple of farms over in their neck of the woods that have stripper heads that they combine with. So they go out into wheat, and the head on the combine, all it does is it just pulls the wheat right out of the heads. I don't know how it works. I have seen the heads, but I have not the heads on the combine. But I have not physically seen one work, and I really don't know how they work, but I know the concept. That is about it. And their combines, or the straw they buy from a couple of farms over that way that have the stripper heads, they just strip the wheat out of the heads, and then what they'll do is they'll go in with a disc bind a day or two later, a week later, 2 weeks later, and they'll cut it with the disc bind, windrow it, and then they'll bale it, and that straw is long. So that is an option too. If we were to get a rotary combine, we would possibly maybe, or would have the option of maybe getting a stripper head if we really needed to continue to get the, or want the straw long. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the drone over here, and we're going to land it, and that is going to be the last installment of the wheat combining for 2025. I'm going to back this up, land it right in between the two windrows. I'm going to jump out of the combine, grab the drone, and while I'm going down through the field, I'm going to put it in its case and finish doing what we're doing here. So take it easy, folks. I'll catch you at the next one. Thanks for watching.